Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Last time, we were making our way down to the bottom of the northern crater. This is the point of no return at the end of the game. But since last time, we got a little bit of backtracking to do, because we're going to go head down those other paths to make sure that we didn't miss anything, and we got a couple more enemy skills to round out. But since last time, you'll notice our levels are a little bit different here. So I went into that swampy-looking room where we found the movers and the magic pots. I did grind out a few magic pots, but like I was debating because of the encounter rate whether I wanted to actually do the W item trick and get 99 elixirs and just do the AP grinding off the magic pots, but I decided against it when I realized that you get 16,000 experience for a battle with them, for two of them. So I didn't do that, and I ran around that room for an ungodly amount of time trying to get encounters with movers. But as a result of that, we're on the verge of mastering Knights of the Round. Let's just, let's do it this way. I'm going to arrange. So we went through and I mastered, okay, Kate Sith's got that. You'll see our materia setup is very, very different. But so what I was going through doing was just mastering materia. So we mastered a whole pile of the green materia. And we mastered a whole pile, like we mastered a Quadra Magic, Final Attack, got some Elementals in there, HP Absorb, got a couple of those. I mastered 2 of the counter materia. We'll make use of one of those later. We have our Master Command. I mastered another Mime. Got 2 Manipulates mastered. Started putting in some work on the W summon. We mastered a preemptive. Let's see, what else do we got here? We got a ton of HP plus materia mastered. And we mastered at least 2 MP pluses. But so we went through and I was able to master all of the other summons, with the exception of Knights of the Round, but that 45,000 AP that we need, I am not concerned about it at all. So what we're going to do today, we're going to run back through those other paths. So we're going to change our equipment up. So we're going to put Cloud on... Let's put him on the Ragnarok. We're going to keep the Mistile and the Ribbon. We'll get rid of the Rune Armlets. We'll give them... Let's do the Imperial Guard there. And we'll throw on a Mistile. Or no. No, we'll keep the 4th bracelet. That's fine. But okay, so let's get rid of all this. I should have done this before, but... Give me a second. Okay, I'm an idiot. I had Cloud pretty well set up for what we want to do. Because, like, the first thing, like, we're going to backtrack, but we're going to go out of the cave altogether. So what we're going to do is we're going to give Cloud... we'll throw him the Ragnarok for now. We'll keep the Mistile and the Ribbon there. So we'll have Knights of the Round with counter. I'm going to move that for now, though. So it doesn't get set off when Cloud gets attacked. We want HP plus. The long range I'm not going to be too worried about. We're going to put... Actually, you know what? I screwed the setup up. MP Turbo, we can get rid of that. Double Cut, we can get rid of. So what we're going to do... We'll do our setup now. So we're going to put Mime with a mastered counter materia. Knights of the Round is going to get paired with... I don't think we're going to pair it with anything. No, because we only need the one. I mean, it might make sense to pair it with MP Turbo. Because we only have to use it once, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so we could boost our damage there. We have... Oh, no. We're not... No. That's the wrong way to go about it. I forgot. My brain isn't braining today. We need to pair Knights of the Round with HP Absorb. And then we'll have... long range can come off after. But we'll just have an HP plus to keep them max HP. So what's going to happen is we're going to go fight Emerald Weapon. So we're going to use Knights of the Round to start things off with HP Absorb. So it's going to be the same thing we did against the Ruby Weapon. So Emerald Weapon's going to attack afterward. Okay, so we're going to hit it with Knights of the Round and absorb some of that damage as a heal. And then Emerald Weapon's going to hit us. And we're going to counter. Because from what I understand, each star on the counter materia represents 20%. So if you master it, 20% times 5 is 100%. So every hit you get, every time you get attacked, you counter. And we counter with Mime, which will repeat the last action that we took. So if we start the battle off casting Knights of the Round and absorb HP off it, and then Emerald Weapon gets a turn and hits us, we are going to counter with Mime, which reuses Knights of the Round. So basically, we are going to have the entire battle on autopilot. And I am here for it. And we'll keep these on Kate Sith and Vincent for now. But so let's head out. Okay, let's just not deal with these guys. Now, I don't know if it's the case, but I feel like with the Master Tonberries, I feel like if you don't attack them, they don't do anything. Really? Oh, I know why they're doing that. Yeah, we kept our enemy lure on. Okay, let's do this. There, let's see if that helps. Okay, using turbo through here is ridiculous. So we'll go up, we'll hit the Emerald Weapon. go round out the rest of the stuff we need to do, and then we'll come back and we'll hit those alternate paths on the way back down. Because we only have 2 more paths to go down. So there's that alternate path that we took last time, and then there's another path up here. Oh, can we not jump across there? Oh, okay, we gotta go around this way. Whatever, that's fine. The controls in here are a little weird when you're trying to use the analog stick. I don't know what that text was that scrolled across when we got hit by that parasite, and it said cloud something, but it went by too quick. Hey, we're almost out. You know, I feel like when I was a kid, this dungeon felt like it was like really complicated and like long and drawn out. It really isn't. If you look at like the overall dungeon, it's really one of the shorter final dungeons in the series. Like there's really nothing to it. It's not a puzzle. You have that section with the alternate paths, but really it doesn't matter which path you take. It gets you to the same spot you want to go. Like, it gets you to the same end result. Whoops. Okay, it doesn't matter who... Doesn't matter who we bring with us. All right, let's go. I don't think it really matters which way we go, because we got to go back over to Junon to hit our submarine, so... Should be in line there. Okay, so let's... Materia. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. We'll see if we can get a Lucky 7 to trigger. I doubt it, but Lucky 7s it's a really cool effect that happens. So this battle, it's possible to get it done. But so what happens is your character's HP goes down to quad 7s. So if you have 9,999 and you go into this battle with the Emerald weapon and he does one particular attack that he will eventually do, it does 1,111 damage multiplied by the number of materia equipped on that character. So if you have 9 materia, it does max damage in your toast. If you have all of this materia we have, it does max damage in your toast. But if you have 2 materia equipped, it'll do 2,222, which happens to be the result. If you subtract that from quad 9s, it'll give you 7,777. You'll get the all 7s status, and it does something ridiculous, like I think 64 attacks of 7,777. Now, if you can get that to trigger, it does basically 500,000 damage. And if you can get that to trigger on 2 characters at the same time, that does almost the entire HP pool for Emerald Weapon, which is hilarious and ridiculous. We can get rid of long range. Get rid of restore all. Get rid of that. Oh, no, I guess we'll leave that other HP plus on. And you can see our problem that we're having with materia. This is... We have 5 slots left outside of what they have equipped at the moment, so... that it could be an issue. We're not going to keep long range on. We'll keep HP plus. Yeah, we'll keep HP plus. No, I wanted item. Okay, there's our tents. Let's give it a quick save. Now, if all goes well, this should be no problem. Let me just double check. Okay, he's just got HP plus. Kate Sith's got HP plus. We got Knights of the Round with HP absorb. Counter with mime. So we're going to cast Knights of the Round. We're going to absorb HP from it. Emerald Weapon's going to counter. We're going to mime Knights of the Round. Repeat the cycle. Okay, let's give this a shot. Oh, there he is. Did we... you know what? Never mind. Doesn't matter. I was gonna check our battle stat or battle speed stuff, but you bump into him. Oh, that's what I forgot. Yeah, look at the damage he does. I don't know if we're necessarily going to make it here, but I meant to equip the underwater materia. I forgot, though. Okay, let's... Okay, well, if it doesn't work, I'll cut the rest of the battle out, and then we'll cut back to when I have the underwater materia equipped. It should work, though, because if this materia takes roughly a minute to go through its cycle, we should do roughly 1.5 million damage over the course of the battle. Because at 7,000 damage a hit times 13 hits, we're looking at, like, if you round it using 7,000, you're looking at about 91,000 damage per round. But see, so he hit us there. And now Cloud's going to summon Knights of the Round. So our battle's automated. I'm not even holding the controller anymore. Now, very important, when you're doing this, do not use any other character actions. Because if you, if we were to use Kate Sith's Limit Break right now, that would void the Knights of the Round counter, and we'd have to summon Knights of the Round again, manually. Although the other, the alternative that you could do here is you could come into this battle with a Kate Sith Limit Break on slots and try to roll the Kate Sith, or the Kate Sith face, and get the game over attack, and it's an instant win. So you could hypothetically get Kate Sith's Limit Break, come in here and just roll the slots to try to get game over, and then if it doesn't work, just reset and can rinse and repeat until you get it. Oh, Kate Sith's toast. Bye! Okay, there. Cloud's hit by that. And then we counter with Knights of the Round. Now, another thing you could do, if you have a character, or, well, actually, no, it wouldn't work, because you can't. I was going to say what you could do is just use Omni Slash, and then continually counter with Omni Slash. Because you would, like, so you're countering with Mime, and then Mime uses Omni Slash, but as you see here, Knights of the Round hits all enemies, and he's got a ton of alternate targets on him. But if you can't really do the thing with the, like, it's not really feasible to do the counters with Omni Slash unless you have max stats, because you would have to have another character alive to heal. Now, realistically speaking, you would have to solo Cloud that fight and just use Omni Slash and Mime it, and your stats would have to be 255, because if you had another character alive and they used a heal spell, it would void the Mime, and it would just, Cloud would mime the, he would mime the heal spell. But you can see Knights of the Round took out all of those eyes. Okay, just come stomp us. Or hit Cloud with that or something. Oh, Vincent's toast. Ooh, I don't know if we're gonna make it. I mean, we got 15 minutes left. So we have to use Knights of the Round essentially 12 times. Maybe 11. Depending on where the damage rolls land. Mind you, maybe not. Yeah, I think best case we have to use it 11 times, and I don't know how feasible that is. But you can see here, it's not really, if you use this setup, like, it's not, you make the most use of your materia, it's not a very exciting battle, because you're just sitting there waiting for it to autoplay itself. But this is some of the cool materia setups you can do. You can automate battles. And because counter is maxed out, like it's the counter materia is mastered, Emerald Weapon will never get 2 attacks off in a row on Cloud. Because every time he hits Cloud, it counters. It doesn't wait for his next move. He counters right after he gets hit. So, as long as his attacks do not do max damage, you're fine. If he hits you with an attack that does quad 9s, though, you're toast. Unless you have the final attack Phoenix pair equipped. Then you're fine. Because then everybody will get raised, and then you can just resummon Knights of the Round and start the process over again. I meant to pay attention to how many summons of Knights of the Round this was, but didn't think about it. I'm going to say that's at least 5 or 6. Okay, there's the eyes regenerated. Got an Emerald Beam. Ooh, that hurts. Well, on the plus side, if you like the battle music of this game, it's a great time to sit here and soak in 20 minutes of it. Yeah, these guys are averaging about 6,900 damage a hit, roughly. You got 7,100 there. 69. Or you might as well say 7,000. It was 6,994. 71. Okay, so you could almost say average 7,000. Which, yeah. So best case, we'll see this 11 times. Wow, 72. $71. Dunk. The animations eat up so much of the time on the timer. I would really prefer if you would just do Emerald Shot every time. Because, like, with the animations, I don't trust this being able to get off enough Knights of the Round before the timer runs out. But yeah, so if you equip the underwater materia, that timer doesn't show up. And that's the whole purpose of going to get the guidebook from morphing the ghost ship enemy, is specifically for this guy's side quest. Because you'll notice, like with the guy's side quest, it lists the guidebook first, so you're meant to go get the guidebook first, bring it back, get the underwater materia, and then go do the Desert Rose thing, get the gold chocobo, go get Knights of the Round, whatever. And then come here, use the underwater materia to get rid of the timer, and then beat this guy. I'm assuming they expect you to use Knights of the Round because they give you the gold chocobo specifically from the side quest. So I always assumed that they intend you to get this in order to beat this guy. And then you use this with in conjunction with the underwater materia to beat the boss. But you don't need to equip the underwater materia. Now, see, if you were to go the route of pairing Knights of the Round with MP Turbo, you would get, Cloud would use more MP to summon Knights of the Round, they would do more damage because it's using more MP, but Cloud wouldn't get healed. So this strategy relies on like using Mime for this. It pretty much banks on you getting a heal somehow, and the only way you're going to get that heal is if you pair Knights of the Round with HP Absorb. Because that's the only feasible way to actually get it, Cloud to mime Knights of the Round on counter. And the alternative too is like, if you don't want to have that many materia equipped for a particular attack this guy does, it's the attack is Materia Storm spelled backwards. But if you want to be like kind of as minimalist as possible, it is possible to do this without having the counter materia equipped. So you could do it with Knights of the Round, HP Absorb, and Mime. It's just you would have to manually mime, and then there's no guarantee that he won't get 2 back-to-back attacks. So that's a risky run there, but that's why I like doing it with the counter materia better, because it guarantees that as soon as Cloud gets hit, he's going to counter. But here we go. Yeah, I feel like with the damage these guys are doing, that it's a pretty safe average to make at 7,000 a hit, because like there are some that are above. I really hope we get this within the timer. You know, I wasn't thinking, the other thing you can do on Cloud if you want to boost the damage that Knights of the Round do, you can link, or not link, you can just equip a mastered Magic Plus materia on Cloud, and that'll boost his magic stat. Which, had I been thinking, had it not been so early in the morning, had I had more of this coffee that I have in my hand right now, I probably would have thought of that. But I didn't, because my brain is functioning at like 5% right now. Wow, 72.58. 72? Wow, it's good hits coming in here. Now, one thing I'll mention too is if you wanted to do a strat where you used Omni Slash and just kind of banked on getting Cloud's limits, you could realistically do it. It's because Emerald Weapon does not have the same physical resistances that Ruby Weapon has. When you go into battle with Ruby Weapon is basically invulnerable because the defense stat's so high. So any physical attacks do like basically peanuts against it. You have to focus on like magic attacks. Where Emerald Weapon, with Emerald Weapon, if you want to do regular attacks, you can. They will do like actual decent damage. It's just it's not... Because he has 1,000,000 HP, like literally 1,000,000 HP, because of the amount of HP he has, you have to prolong that, your ability to dole out that damage. Now, Omni Slash is a good way to do it because it's a ton of hits. And if you hit max damage, it's actually like, it's a ridiculous number. But you have to find a way to keep your characters alive. And having like a, say like a Cure 3 all isn't, and like if you were to come in, have one character cast regen on everyone, and then have, after that, get Cloud to do like, start dealing damage, and then you have the other characters cast Cure all, like Cure 3 on everyone every turn, there's going to come a time where you're going to have to start thinking about reviving a character because, one, you're probably going to run out of uses of all, unless you have Mega All equipped. But you're going to have to worry about running out of MP. And... Hey, we got him! Wow, I wasn't expecting to do that with 2.5 minutes left in the timer. Good stuff. But yeah, you would run out of MP, and eventually your characters would start to die off. So it wouldn't be a good time. But yeah, 50,000 experience, 50,000 AP, Knights of the Round is mastered. And we got the Earth Harp. So, that's our 2 super bosses done. 3, technically. I don't consider the ultimate weapon a super boss. Because you have to fight him a bunch of times like a normal enemy and then kind of go after him in his final spot, and he's got like very, very much reduced HP. We're going the wrong way. Okay, so we're gonna make... Before we go see Pops, actually, you know what? Let's go to Cosmo Canyon first. Oh, I forgot they were still dead. That's okay. Okay, so let's go through here. I want to make sure... okay, we don't have to worry about their materia. So let's arrange. And I want to see... Okay, so we have Mastered Ultima, Mastered Shield, Mastered Full Cure, Mastered Contain. Oh! This is another thing I did. I went and dumped a bunch of materia on all the other characters to get them out of our inventory. So you'll see Barrett has a Mastered Ultima, Shield, Full Cure, Contain, Destruct, Time, Comet, Barrier, Gravity, Poison, Exit, Transform, Mystify, Seal, Revive, Heal, Restore, Lightning, Earth, Ice, and Fire. So, we have a mastered copy on everyone, and we have our mastered copies in our inventory here. Now, the same cannot be said about our summons. We have a mastered copy of each summon. That's it. So, let's actually... No, game! Let's take that off, and then we'll arrange. And so you can see here now, we have Knights of the Round, Bahamut Zero, Typhon, Hades, Neo Bahamut, Phoenix, Alexander, Kujata, Bahamut, Leviathan, Odin, Titan, Rama, Ifrit, Shiva, and Chocomog. So all of them are mastered. The others are not. But, so you want to bring You know what? Let's just do this now. Okay. And then we'll go materia. Get rid of that. Oh, no, no, no. Well, you know what? We're gonna... Oh, crap. We don't have room. Okay, let's just dump materia onto Cloud for a minute. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to read that. I meant game. Yeah, so with summons, if you sell them based on AP, you only get 1 gil. That's the game telling you, hey, don't sell these. But you can get 560,000 gil for mastering MP plus and HP plus. You can get 1.4 million for a magic plus, and we do have one mastered, and it boosts your magic stat by 50%. I think the most gil you can get for a mastered materia, though, is 1.4 million. Yeah. And if you look at our gil count, I have 9.6 million gil. That's just from fighting movers. Because they give you an absurd amount of money. But so let's do this. We'll make a little bit of room. Oh, well, if you want to see what the magic plus does, if you look at the Cloud's magic stat, it's 149, so his magic attack's 149. So if you come in here and you equip Magic Plus, all of a sudden, Cloud's magic stat is 223. So that's a thing you can do. Arguably something very justified and preferred when you're going after Emerald Weapon, the way we did. Okay, so we'll drop a save here. I'm going to keep a save before that because I want to go play around with that battle and see if there's other setups that you can do that are not equally equally effective, but not the same thing. But okay, we're going to make our way to the top here. This is going to free up a lot of space in our materia inventory. Okay, so we're going to talk to the green materia first. Magic materia blend. All maximum level magic materia will be blended. Maximum level magic materia has been lost. Receive 1 master magic materia. Heck yes, let's do it. I specifically leveled up a copy of everything else again so that we'd be able to retain 1 mastered copy of everything after giving over the mastered copies to get the master magic. But, so now, if you go into your materia, you'll see it stripped all the materia off our characters, all the magic materia. But now, if we equip this master magic, you'll see Cloud has no other magic here other than enemy skill. But that's in a different menu. That has its own sub-portion. But with master magic, you get literally all magic in 1 materia. It's so good. And shield is like, if you want to do a shield all, it costs 180 MP, but you do shield all, And holy crap, does it boost, like, the magic defense. But, so now, let's talk to this materia. Summoned Materia Blend. All maximum level summoned materia will be blended. Maximum level summoned magic has been lost. Received 1 master summoned materia. Now, the translation for this is just, it's not good. What they're trying to tell you here, like, it sounds like it already happened, but it didn't. It tells you they will be blended. All of your maximum level summon magic will be lost, and you will get 1 master summon materia in return. That's, if you hadn't guessed by now, but so we'll do it. It's going to eat our 16 summoned, or our 16 mastered summon materia. And we get the master summon materia. So, same deal. Arrange. Now we still have our copies of the unmastered ones, but with master summon, you have access to all summons in one materia. It's so nice. And it doesn't detract anything from your HP. The downside is that you don't get any of the added benefits of the stat boosts that you would get from the normal summons. So like Knights of the Round, for example, you get +8 magic, +8 magic defense, plus 20% MP. And you suffer -10% HP. But the flip side to this is that you don't necessarily have to have as many HP plus materia equipped. So you might have to have maybe 1 HP plus, 1 MP plus, and you're at max stats. Or, well, max HP MP. And you still have the ability to summon any summon you want, and use any magic you want, and use any, if you have enemy skill mastered, any enemy skill, and if you have the master command, any skill. Or any command. So let's get rid of this. We'll switch this out for double cut. We don't need that. We don't need that. We'll tinker with that after. We're gonna swap out Kate, Sith, and Vincent. So because I'm sick of using them. Because they're not really that good. Oh, wow, we kept the rune armlet on Vincent that whole time. But yeah, so now if we go into our materia, let's arrange. You go down to the end of the list, all of a sudden we have a whole bunch of empty space because we have a bunch of materia that got eaten up by making the master materia. But so that's the gimmick here. We already got the one from this. Now, I don't know if you can do this a second time. Like, I don't know if you can come through here with, like, if we were to master all the yellow materia again, I don't know if you can actually come and get, like, a second master materia for each color. And I don't know if... I've never actually gone through and tried to master all of the blue materia to do it, but I don't know if there's, like, a master blue materia. As far as I know, there isn't, because it wouldn't necessarily make sense. And you get a materia from it. Like, that's where you get Bahamut Zero. Because, like, if you look at the blue materia, like, how would you do a master of this? With, like, elemental, added effect, steal as well, added cut, final attack, and quadra magic. With HPM, I can understand HP-MP absorb, but like MP turbo, magic counter, regular counter, all, it doesn't, that materia would not make sense. You'd have to have like 2 different versions of it. But okay, so we got one more stop that we're gonna make. Going a little long today. I mean, in fairness, though, this is probably our second last video, so... Do we make it? Do we make it? We made it! Okay, so let's zip over to Calm. And we're gonna come see Pops over here. The main reason we went over there was because, like, the Cosmo Canyon first, was because I needed to free up space in the inventory. and I wanted to do that by getting the master materias out of the way. Heck yes! Let's do it! Yeah, so you trade the Earth Harp, and he gives you a copy of all 3 master materia. I guess it's time to go on a journey for the souls of my departed friends. So, are you going, like, for them in their memory, or for them to find them? Very important distinction. But yeah, so we got a free set of master materia from this guy. And that's the big payoff from defeating the super bosses, is you get a full set of master materia, which is phenomenal. The master materia is amazing. I love them. It saves so much space on materia. So you do like a master summon, master magic, master command, pair it with a mega all, and all of us, or well, I mean, even if you just do master magic with mega all, then all of a sudden all of your stuff has all applied to it, and you have, like, basically all commands available to you. So it's like, is there a better combination? I don't think there is. The only thing that I don't like is when you use Mega All and you have, like, the added cut materia, or double cut, whatever you want to call it. It applies the attacks to all of the enemies, so I think it negates your 4 times cut, which really sucks. But okay, so let's switch our party up here. We're gonna take... Who do we want to take with us? I kind of want to take Sid. You know, not gonna lie, I kind of want to take Yuffie and Barrett. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. We have all the long-range materia we need. We could take Yuffie and Sid. I'm not necessarily partial to Tifa because I don't like using her limit break because it's not guaranteed all hits unless you can, like, master the timing in the slots, so that's kind of annoying. Red is kind of like, Red's a toss-up between him and Sid. It's just Sid's, I like Sid's limit break a little better. Because I think Cosmo Memory does one hit for big damage, where Sid's does a ton of hits. Same with Barrett. But see, the thing with Yuffie and Red is their limit break does one hit of full damage, but it hits all enemies. Where Barrett and Sid, their attack will do a ton of hits, but it'll split it up with the available enemies. And Vincent's limit break, I mean, you saw what happened when we used it on that guy in the Northern Crater, and we almost took an L because it decided to use level 3 flare. And Kate Sith's slots, I mean, if you can reliably get game over, it's nice, but I don't like Kate Sith. Really high attack stat, good on the physical hits, but just, I don't like Kate Sith's limit. And Vincent's limit is just, it's not reliable. So let's grab Sid. Barrett or Yuffie? Whoops. Game, what are you doing? Oh, I guess we could take that weapon off Sid. I brought, or I didn't bring Sid into the party, but I left his triple AP growth weapon on from last time. But, so we're done with materia grinding, so it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about materia growth. Although, I'm not equipping Venus Gospel, because I don't want to have Sid's attack linked to his MP. So we'll stick with the Spirit Lance. Or is there a better one? Because see, my concern right now is materia slots. Although, you know, it doesn't really matter on one of our two characters because we have the master materia. You know, I think Yuffie's fine on the Minerva band. The Conformer, I am happy to equip the Conformer. Cloud, we're going to equip the Ultima weapon with the Mistile and a ribbon. The reason I'm using the Mistile, like we do have things that are better for defense. Like you could equip the fourth bracelet, you could equip the Zedrich, which decreases all elemental attacks by half. I like the Mistile though because of the evasion rate. It boosts your defense percent, which is basically your physical and magic evasion. It boosts it up to over 50%, so you have a 50-50 chance of avoiding an attack where it's possible. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Zedrich is amazing for damage reduction, but you can't equip materia. In a case like Cloud, though, with the Ultima weapon, he has 8 materia slots up top, so like it's doable, but I like personally having all the materia options open. What I will do though, let's see. Okay, so it's the last two that we'll give over. So we'll give one of these to Yuffie. We'll give the other to Sid. So what are we looking at here? We got 2 HP pluses. We only need 1. We have Master Magic, Master Summon. Let's do this. I think we're gonna have Cloud do physical damage. So, okay, so I'll be fully transparent here. That setup that we used for Emerald Weapon, you can use that setup on the final boss. We're not doing that, though, because that is so incredibly cheap. Like, it's actually ridiculous how cheap it is. Okay, well, I'm going to worry about setting up all the material later. Because I'm going to do some thinking between now and tomorrow on who we want to bring with us for our final descent. And subsequently our final boss. I am going to distribute a bunch of materia to all our party members, though. And I'll explain a little bit more about the final sequence of events that we're going to have to do once we decide to go down past the point of no return. Because there are certain penalties that apply if you use certain attacks on certain precursors in the final boss rush. Like, because, like, there's a bunch of very powerful enemies and a boss. You could consider them all bosses on our way down to fight the final boss. But if you use a certain attack, there is a penalty you get that applies on the final boss. So we're going to make sure to not do that, but I'll go over that more in detail when we get there, like before we go do our final showdown, just so it's kind of front of mind at the time, so that I don't forget and end up doing the thing. But yeah, we'll head back to the Northern Crater. We're done everything else that we can do in the game for now. So we'll head into the Northern Crater. We might have 2 videos left. I guess it depends how long it takes us to get the enemy skills, and if there's anything else we want to do in the Northern Crater. But yeah, so we'll head back up there tomorrow and head towards the end. So, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, and if you want to see more videos like these, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and until next time, thanks for watching.